So Fabricated City is one of the more popular Korean films of 2017 thus far. And when I first saw the movie posters, I thought, oh, this is pretty cool. This is kind of like this sci-fi-ish, like hacker-ish, revenge thriller movie. And this theme also resonated with a lot of Koreans as it sold over 1 million tickets on its opening weekend. So here's the story in a nutshell. So you got this guy named Kwon Yoo, and he's unemployed, and he spends much of his time at PC bangs or PC cafes just playing video games. And as he's playing these games on the PC cafe for hours and hours on end, he gets calls from his mom saying, hey, I hope you're not lazy, I hope you're doing something. Now, Kwon Yoo in real life doesn't really have much going on, but in the world of first-person shooters, there's no equal. He's a definite monster, he's skilled, he's one of the best players online, and both his opposition and his team knows it. So as the night rages on and he keeps playing his PC games, he notices a phone off to the side. The phone starts ringing suddenly and he picks it up. And on the other line is a girl. And she says, oh, I lost my phone. If you can bring it back to my apartment at so-and-so address, I'll pay you $300. And as much as he doesn't want to leave the PC cafe as he's an addicted gamer, $300 is a lot of money. So Kwon Yoo, thinking this is going to be a 5 to 10 minute drop-off, goes to the girl's apartment and notices she's in the shower and says, hey, that's cool, like, I'll just leave the phone here. And the girl says, oh yeah, your payment's on the table, just take it and you can go. Kwon Yoo goes back home to sleep. But the next day when he wakes up, he's indicted on murder charges. The girl that he visited to drop off her phone yesterday is now dead. And police instantly connect the murder to Kwon Yoo, who has a lot of evidence against him. And thus starts the story of Fabricated City. Now this movie has 3 main actors. The first one is Ji Chang-wook, who plays Kwon Yoo, and then you got eun-kyung, who plays the hacker Yol, and finally you got Jae-hong, who goes by the gamer tag Demolition. And together these 3, as well as the rest of their team, have to find out who's the real murderer behind the girl's death. The director of this movie is Park Kwon-hyun, and his most famous work is Welcome to Dongmokgol back in 2005. So when I was watching this movie, I felt like it had this old boy take to it where, like the main hero gets framed for murder and he has to find who the real culprit is. And the movie takes a modern take to it as there's a lot of hacking and technology involved. And unlike Oldboy, this movie isn't as gory as the Park Chan-wook classic, although it does have blood in it. It does have some gore, but not to the extent of Oldboy where you're like, whoa, that is pretty crazy. Or you might just be like, whoa, my God, that's pretty intense. So time for the big question. What is the good of this movie, as well as the bad? First, let's start with the good. The film's production values are at an A+. This movie's production values are pretty insane. Just the first 5 to 10 minutes of the introduction and you'll be like blown away. You're like, whoa, this is crazy. This is the first 5 to 10 minutes, which brings me up to my next point, the attention-grabbing aspect of this movie. This movie in the first 5 to 10 minutes will grab you in and suck you in for the rest of the movie. It is that good. And this, just because of its intro alone and its production value, just pulls you in. Like, you'll know what I'm talking about when you see this film. If you guys like action scenes, you'll definitely like this movie. The gun scenes would make John Woo proud, while the car scenes come from like the Fast and the Furious. There's some car scenes here where I'm like, whoa, this is pretty intense. Am I sure I'm watching the right movie? I honestly thought I was watching the Fast and Furious while watching this movie at times. And again, it all comes down to the superb production values, the awesome action choreography, as well as the environment. I can say that those 3 things, alongside the awesome intro, are the best parts about this movie. Now the bad. I'm gonna start with the acting first. It's serviceable, but no one really stands out in the movie. And the main hero, Kwon Yoo, played by Ji Chang-wook, he didn't really stand out in the acting, nor did the writers really write a strong script for that character. The action scenes that Ji Chang-wook played in were actually really good. I can give him that. But the character as a whole wasn't really good. The next thing is the plot. And the plot fell apart very quickly. Once you get to like that 30-minute mark in the movie, you just see like the plot just unraveling, and not in a good way. It's just like, whoa, what's going on? And I felt like the director got way too cute and had too many like plot twists here and there and tried to like interweave all these different themes in here and different locations, and it just didn't work. Like, I felt like the only thing that was holding up the movie at the end were like the gun and car chase scenes. That's about it. Like, that was what I was looking forward to. How much of a awesome movie this would have been if it just tied up those plot holes and just kept it more streamlined. When you get to the 45-minute to hour mark, you just notice that the plot is just even more convoluted and messy, and you're not even sure about the villain's motivation, like at the end. I felt if you can give a grade to this movie, like the production values would be like A+, the car scenes would be like A, the car chase scenes would be like A, and like the acting and plot would be like C+. That's how I'd see it. The movie definitely had the money behind it, and it definitely had the actors behind it. And it's kind of a bummer because eun-kyung is one of my favorite Korean actresses these days, and I felt that her script wasn't written well enough. I would pretty much see that this movie as the blockbuster that failed to live up to its potential. So the final verdict, watch this movie if you want to see awesome production values, great gun scenes and great car chase scenes, but not expecting much from the story. After you get to 30 minutes, don't really expect much from the plot or writing, just go along with the ride. And if you do that, you'll probably enjoy this movie. So I hope you guys liked our movie review. So what did you guys think about this movie? Do you guys want to watch it? Or have you seen it? We'd love to hear your comments in the comments below. And if you guys want to learn more about Asian movies, please sign up to our email list and get our free ebook, The 108 Asian Movies to Watch. And with that being said, I'm off to go watch some more Asian movies, but I'll be back. So I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy, guys.